All right, so I did a little bit off camera, not too much. I just pulled that pipe out. First, I marked it where I want to weld it. So I just did 1, 2, 3, just in case anything moves while it's sitting there. I doubt it will. I marked this one, but it's not really gonna matter because it's gonna change because I gotta cut it back to here. That's just gonna allow me to slide that. So that'll be the new starting point for this guy. Or no, whoa, happy I didn't do that. I need to mark this a 1/2 inch up. I'm gonna get rid of that. Sharpie rubs off really well on polished stainless, just so if you guys ever need to do it. So we're not gonna cut it there. We're gonna trim it a 1/2 inch here. Glad I didn't do that. That'll allow me to sit it up to there. So that's where it's actually gonna sit now. It'll pull it in a 1/2 inch. I noticed we were rubbing a little bit here and a little bit right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and like just trim it out with a little flap disc. And then this I'm gonna cut with a cutoff wheel, just so it doesn't rub a hole in the exhaust eventually. But then it should be pretty clear to just come straight out. Shouldn't have any issues at all. All right, so I got the exhaust tacked up, and I got it about as tight as I think I'm gonna be able to get it, and it's pretty much dead even with the body. I think it's gonna clear. Right now I just have it tacked, so I'm gonna make sure the fender's gonna clear, so I'll do a quick time lapse of that, and then if the fender clears, I'm just gonna go ahead and weld it out. I think I'll be able to take this off, and then I think I made that hole big enough to snake it out of there. Again, that's why it's just tacked, because I got to make sure I can get it out of there. If not, I think it's narrow enough I'd be able to kind of finagle it out of there. So wish me luck. All right, so we have the fender just literally sitting on there, just so I can do some clearancing. I want to do as little minimal cutting as possible, but the angle I keep getting when I look at it is like something like that, which is quite a bit, but I don't want to cut it up any higher and expose that stuff behind there. So I really am gonna try and come in here and see how it fits first. We're gonna start small and then go big. I think that's the plan. So I got the fender all trimmed. I had to trim off a little bit more than I actually thought. I ended up just going straight across like that. Nothing too crazy. There's still a bolt up in there. that I can bolt down, so this won't flap around too much, because there's no other support other than that bolt that's like right here. So overall, I'm not like super happy about it, but I'm not like mad about it. If I absolutely wanted to, I guess I could add in some metal. No, that's not the piece. No, not gonna be too good. But if I absolutely wanted to, I could like, I don't know, add that back in at the bottom on that back side. I don't know. I really don't feel the need. If anything, I could use this little piece of metal that I cut off. It's not even for this. Just trace it. I think that might actually be what I do. Yeah. I'll trace it on the back side and then cut it out to the same size, and then I'll weld it. And then after I weld it, it honestly will look like it was supposed to be like that, which would look sick. And then I might be able to get a bolt down there. I wonder if I can sneak this down there or not. Ooh, yeah, I think so. Maybe. Might have to deform it a little bit, but I think I can wrap that around and get a bolt on the bottom side, maybe. But we'll see. For now, calling it good. Gonna save the piece of metal. Gotta get the fender off and sneak the exhaust out and weld it out. And then get the exhaust back in for the final time and bolt the fender on. Alright, so I got carried away and started working on some intercooler piping. Don't have that one welded yet. I probably will end up welding it either tonight or tomorrow. But it's starting to get late, so maybe not. But I have this going. This will, let me disconnect this ground real quick. This will sneak through there, around there, and then kind of shoot up towards the carb. And then I just laid that down flat, so it was sitting flat with the carburetor, so I know what angle I needed to match, and then that's how I kind of got that angle. I'm sure it'll change a little bit, but I wanted it to be as flat as possible going into that box that I'm going to build. So I'm going to build a little box with aluminum probably sitting about that high, all the way across, and then that aluminum pipe will go right into there, kind of like this, kind of like that, but obviously out of an aluminum box is what it'll be going into. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up the GoPro and get this welded out. Alright guys, this is day 5 of building. Manifold's done. That took 3 days. Worked on a little bit of small stuff yesterday, And then the exhaust I got done today. Intercooler piping, I got one of them welded up. So that guy's all welded up. He's gonna kick up that way towards the carburetor. You still need to build an air box for this guy to, this guy's gonna basically line up like that. And then go into the air box. Something like that. So I just need to build a little air box. I still need to weld out this side, so I'll probably weld out this side tomorrow. Then after that's welded out, I'm gonna blow everything out so it doesn't have metal fines in it, because there's all kinds of metal fines and everything. Then yeah, that'll get a boot. That'll be welded there, back where there's a boot right now. There'll be a boot there, so I'll have 1, 2, 3 boots is all, because that's gonna be welded out there and then welded out to the box, and then the box will all just unbolt. Or maybe I'll make this a boost connection. That might be a boot. I don't know. I'll think about that. That might be a boot, just for if I have to ever take it apart. But yeah, pretty much actually on the home stretch now. Oh yeah, I need to get a bung, a wideband sensor, and I'll weld that guy on probably right there. I already got holes in the firewall to go through, so that'll be nice. Wideband. Ooh, wastegate. Ooh, how am I gonna do the wastegate? I didn't think about that. The wastegate might go on this side, and then the wideband's gonna go on the other side. Fuck, I gotta get a wastegate on there. That's not good. Okay, but yeah, need to get a wastegate on there. Everything else is pretty much done though. I love how it pokes out right here. It's pretty much even with the wheel well. I don't know if you can see that, it's too dark. But it's pretty much even with the wheel well. It might stick out like a 1/2 inch more, so hopefully my tire doesn't rub. I'm gonna have to check that, but we're pretty much done, guys. What's going on, guys? I started getting a little busy and working on stuff without getting it basically shown. I robbed coolant pressure off of here. I just started it with this hose loose to see which side had pressure, and this side's the one that had pressure, so it's gonna basically run and go into the coolant side of the turbo, and then pop out on this side and then drain back to that lower one right there. So damn, I'm making a coolant mess of it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that other line ran. I thought I was gonna be able to use this 90. I don't know what I did with it. Thought I was gonna be able to use a 90, but I don't think so. It basically it won't fit in between. What did I do with it? I don't even know what I did with it. But it basically won't fit in between here to turn it. And yeah, it's kind of, I could cut it down if I wanted to, but there's really no point. So I'm not going to. I'm just gonna kind of leave it for now. But I'm gonna check and make sure that this indeed was the pressure side. So I'm gonna kick over the truck again just to make sure that coolant comes out of here. So I'm gonna set up a GoPro and make sure that that's happening. Don't smell bad. Smells way more lean now. Well, I'm not getting any coolant through that. That's kind of freaking me out. Where is it dripping? From this house? I mean, I guess we could just leave it flat and then whatever way it goes, it goes. Yeah, I think that's gonna leave it there. Yeah, leave it flat. Whichever way it goes, it goes. Well, I tried starting it to see if I had pressure on the system coming through. I was trying to purge it to get it to go through, but it's supposed to be clocked, or it can be clocked at 15 degrees going uphill. That's supposed to help slow the coolant as it goes up before it drops to help with cooling. So it's not going to kill it or hurt it to have it like completely flat. So I think I'm just going to leave it flat like this, like I have it, and just run the lines. And maybe one of these times I'll be able to see which way it actually flows, because it's not pushing pressure out of here, but it might be because it's not sealed. The system isn't sealed. It's kind of what I'm thinking. So that's what I'm going to go with. But I'm going to put it on and run it for a little bit and see if I don't end up getting coolant into the turbo. I hope I do, but I'll let you guys know. So I did end up finding a diagram, and I do have the coolant flowing the right way. So I figured I'd add that in there just so you guys can see that I do have the coolant running the right way. Little update for you guys. I got this all Teflon and tightened down. Got this hose on. That's for the coolant feed, which comes from right there. And loops through, goes right into the turbo. I have it slightly clocked up at like a 10-degree angle. I can go up all the way up to a 12-degree angle to help slow the coolant flow so it cools the turbo better. But I think we'll be okay. I need to get some titanium wrap for either the turbo or the hose or both, because these might melt. We'll see how that goes. Same with the oil line. I didn't really think about that, but if I got a titanium wrap on my wheel. This is tight, also Teflon, comes down, has a nice little bit of a drop, goes a little bit uphill, but it shouldn't matter because the coolant system's pressurized. And then it's just got to sneak back into that one, so I got to take that little short hose off, put this one on, and it should be good. Cut it to length, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick, and then I gotta clean the intercooler piping out. It's full of metal shavings, so I'm gonna stick those in a 5-gallon bucket with some degreaser, because it's got like milling oil. All the flakes are stuck to the milling oil. Then I might polish those up more than I kind of hand polished them, but they didn't turn out the best. So I might try and polish those so they're super shiny. Same with my exhaust. Outside of that, oh, I got the oil line coming in today. I don't want to do the oil drain today because I have to drain the oil and all that. And it's Sunday, I'm trying to have an easy Sunday. So I'm going to do just the easy stuff today. And then Monday I'm going to tackle draining the oil and welding a bung onto the oil pan. Yeah, and then I'll be ready to drive it around. I'll probably drive it to go and take it to go get the aluminum to build that little guy, that box. It'll just be blowing boost into the atmosphere. Ooh, boost in the atmosphere. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that probably on Monday, tomorrow, because I do need to fabricate that little box. My plan is to drill, there's 4 holes under here. I'm gonna drill 4 holes in the spacing wherever they're at underneath here. Build a little box out of aluminum that's the same shape as this, and then let's reuse the cap. Probably get some little rubber washers and some flange bolts to bolt that down so it seals good. I need to order a blow-off valve. Still don't know if I'm just gonna go cheapy Amazon or spend money. Gonna get the Pulsar wastegate, because it's a Pulsar turbo. They should go good together. It's a 48mm, so it should pretty much, I'm gonna have to cut into most of this, honestly. So luckily I have some room there. I should probably do it on this side. I don't know, we'll see. I should probably do it on this side, honestly, because all the all the air is gonna try and get thrown more to this corner. The ideal place would be under there, but I don't know how much room we have. I don't know, maybe we'll come from under here and then tie it into the exhaust right here. I don't know, we'll figure that out, because I don't want a screamer pipe. I want it to sound clean. I want the excess boost to get thrown out the exhaust and kind of scavenge, help pull exhaust out, that fun stuff. But yeah, I think that's the way I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try and go under there. That's just gonna be a pain, because that's pretty tight under there. I don't know, we'll see. Alrighty guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. It was just getting a little long. It's almost at 20 minutes, or it is at 20 minutes. So I'll have the rest of the build coming up in more videos. Just trying to keep the videos at a decent length so you guys aren't sitting here watching for an hour. Thanks, bye.